3 hours before they disappeared, they were laughing. The attic was warm. Dust floated lazily in the candlelight. Outside, the wind brushed softly against the old house, like fingers testing the windows. It was Ethan's idea to film it. People love this stuff, he said, adjusting the camera on its small tripod. Just don't fake anything. Sarah had smiled. She liked the idea of contacting something unseen. Mia rolled her eyes, already regretting coming. Lucas pretended not to care, thought he hadn't stopped, glancing at the attic door since they sat down. The Ouija board rested between them. Old wood, faded letters, the word goodbye carved at the bottom like a warning no one intended to respect. They placed their fingers on the planchette, 2 each, lightly, almost gently. Sarah inhaled. Is anyone here with us? Silence. The kind of silence that feels heavy instead of empty. Then the planchette moved, slowly, smoothly, not shaking, not hesitating. H-E-L-L-O. Lucas let out a nervous laugh. Okay, who pushed it? No one answered, because no one had. Mia swallowed. That wasn't me. Ethan leaned closer to the board, the camera light reflecting in his wide eyes. Do it again. Sarah's voice trembled slightly this time. What is your name? The planchette didn't pause. It slid immediately. N-O-T, not. It stopped, then continued. A-L-O-N-E, alone. A cold draft slipped across the attic floor. Mia pulled her sweater tighter. That's not a name. The candles flickered, not randomly, together, as if reaction. Lucas shifted uncomfortably. Okay, very funny. Session over. He tried to lift his fingers. The planchette didn't move. It stayed beneath their hands, heavy, like it had weight now. Sarah whispered, How many spirits are here? The planchette glided. F-O-U-R. 4. Lucas frowned. There's 4 of us. The planchette jerked hard, then continued. N-O-W. Now. The air changed. It wasn't just cold. It felt occupied. The scratching started faintly. Inside the walls, a slow drag, like fingernails testing the wood. Mia's breathing became uneven. Say goodbye, she whispered. Sarah, say goodbye. Sarah nodded quickly. Goodbye. The planchette did not move. The scratching grew louder. Above them. But there was nothing above the attic. Lucas stood abruptly and walked to the door. He grabbed the handle, twisted. It didn't open. It's stuck. He pulled harder. It's not opening. Behind them, The planchette began moving again, but no one was touching it. Ethan stepped back slowly. That's not possible. The board spelled carefully WATCHING. Watching. The candles extinguished one by one, not blow out, snuffed as if pinched by invisible fingers. Darkness swallowed the corners of the attic. Sarah began to laugh, soft at first, then layered. Her head tilted to the side, too far, too slow. Her shadow stretched across the slanted ceiling, but it didn't match her shape. It was taller, longer, bent at unnatural angles. Mia's voice broke. Sarah? Sarah's smile widened. Her lips parted, but the voice that came out wasn't hers. You didn't say goodbye. Lucas slammed his shoulder against the door. Open. The wood didn't budge. The shadow behind Sarah moved before she did. It peeled away from her body, rising, expanding. Reaching the ceiling beams, Ethan grabbed his phone flashlight and turned it on. The beam shook violently in his hand. The light caught something tall behind them. Not solid, not fully visible, but there, watching, breathing. Sarah stood slowly. Her feet barely seemed to press into the floor. You invited me, the layered voice whispered. The planchette slid violently across the board. S-T-A-Y. Stay. The attic felt smaller, compressed, as if the walls leaned inward. Lucas pounded on the door again. It won't open. It won't. His voice cut off abruptly. The flashlight shattered. Darkness. A dragging sound across wood. A choking breath. Then nothing. Silence. Complete. Morning arrived gently. Sunlight filtered into the attic. Dust floated peacefully in golden beams. The police found the room empty. No broken windows, no blood, no bodies. The door opened easily. It had never been locked. In the center of the attic sat the table. The candles melted into pale wax puddles. The Ouija board rested exactly where it had been left. The planchette on goodbye. The officer stepped closer. He leaned down, examined it. Kids, he muttered. He turned to leave. The planchette moved, softly, slowly, across the wood. He froze. The letters formed deliberately. H-E-L-L-O. Hello. The officer's name was James. The board continued. James. The attic door closed behind him, on its own, and every night since then, at exactly 2:13 a.m., the house grows cold. The walls begin to scratch, and somewhere inside the dark, something waits, for someone to forget to say goodbye. Silence, then a whisper.